Hey, it's Brian from Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Take a look at this picture right here. If it wasn't for that palm tree moving just a little bit, which it wasn't a minute ago, I thought it was like a still life. It wasn't moving a bit, didn't even see a ripple on the beach. And you know what? Isn't that incredible? This is a live picture right now, and there's one person sitting down there in their beautiful little tent with a beautiful little breeze. You know, if there's one thing that you got to learn down here is you got to pick your times to hit the beach, and you got to pick the weather and know that, wow, what a great time. I'm going to go down here and fish right about here after this report. Throw in a couple of Rapalas, see what I can catch. You know, I don't even care if I catch anything. I'm just going to get my feet wet. So, anyways, let's talk about what's going on here. And Monday, what did I say? I thought it was going to be an up day. And what do we have today? We have an up day. Let's take a look at today's markets here. New York closed at 1967. Gotta love that. It was up as high as, let's see, with the high 1974, low 1961. I didn't get a chance to look at the screen as much as I normally did today. We were busy with a bunch of other things. And I kind of had my head tucked into our accounting program, typing up invoices, purchase orders, and sales invoices. Because, man, we were selling a lot of gold and silver here. So 1967 is what we closed at in New York. Not a big spread here, 1961 to 1974, in between the open today and the close in New York. And world prices not too far off from that, 1955 to 1976, with the gold close at 1968 on the world markets. I don't know what the aftermarkets are. I don't think I have them right here. Let me see if I can refresh this, pull up an aftermarket price, and see if they've got them. And lo and behold, there's our aftermarkets right there at the top of the page. This is a paid subscription service, by the way, folks. And that's something I need to discuss with you as well, where to get your spot prices from. And you know what? I'm going to make a little note to myself right here to tell you where because this is a paid service right here. You don't have access to this. I do. And unfortunately, a lot of people, and you don't want to pay for access anyway, a lot of people have limited access to live spot prices. They look at, for example, one of the online resellers or retailers like Abmex, I'm not going to say the word there, I'm just going to kind of say, and JB Bullion, and those others who list spot prices on their websites, as does Monex, as does Kitco. And if you ever pull them up all on the same screen, actually, I'll wait. I will give you a little lesson on this. Anyways, let's move along here. In fact, I'll leave this as a little teaser that the next thing we'll talk about is going to be spot prices, where to get accurate spot prices, and what to read into spot prices that you see on people's websites. Okay, so we'll go there next. Anyway, let's finish up what we got right here. And I wanted to kind of follow up with something I talked about earlier in the week, safes and safety. Gold is a safe place to keep your, or a safe place to keep your money. And where is a safe place to keep your gold? Safes. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's finish up with gold and silver. And let's take a look at silver prices here. God, you got to love it. Look at this. 64 cents. Not really high, but man, it's breaking that $28 level. What was it? 25 and change, 26, then 27. Crazy wild swings in silver. World spot prices. New York closed at 28.43. Man, that's pretty cool. I'd like to see that up 82 cents from its morning open. And world prices kind of the same kind of thing, up 64 cents. And where's that? 28.20. So it's over 28 bucks. As I have, and platinum also kind of creeping up. And if you notice, they're all kind of working in tandem. And what have I been talking about in my daily update and my daily update reports for the last few months or a while now, is that I think that these metals, once they get into the traditional ratio, gold to silver ratio that they've been trading in for the last 20, 30 years, which is 70 to 1 to 80 to 1, that these metals will start to move in tandem. And I think that's what we're starting to see right now. Although silver will have $1 and $2 and $3 movements either way. Silver's kind of a wild and crazy metal. And it acts that way sometimes. But overall, you're in a bull market, who cares? Hard to time these bottoms, hard to time these tops, but if you kind of keep hanging on to it until we get into bubble territory, and I'll let you know when we get into bubble territory. I kind of have a little formula for that. Just don't worry about it, these little swings. Just buy when you can, and you're still going to make money at these levels. We have not seen silvers all the time. Silver's been 50 bucks an ounce twice in my lifetime, and it's 28 right now. Gold has been in high of 850, 900, something like that in range when 1980s, when I first started in this business working with my family. And then again, gold hit 1950 or something like that in 2012, another high, and it's broken that high already. So gold's broken 3 highs. Silver's only broken 2. We're waiting for it. Listen, don't you think it's going to break the 3rd high since gold did already? Well, I certainly do. But the dynamics are a little bit different than they were in 1980 for silver, and a little bit different than they were in, well, maybe not so different than 2008. We'll discuss that another time too. Anyway, I don't want to make this too long-winded. We're in a bull market for precious metals. No matter what I say, I'm going to look like a genius, and so will you. You know, everybody's a genius in a bull up market, no matter it's real estate, no matter it's stocks, whatever. You know, oh, you can say it's going to be up, and oh, buy this, buy that. And you will be right. You will be right over time, but there will be swings, but you will be right. We are in a full-blown bull market for gold, silver, and platinum. Palladium I'm not so sure about, but I have a suspicion, because palladium's just been sitting at this level, that we are going to see gold, silver, and platinum, or gold surpass palladium, and then palladium will probably play follow-up at best. I'm not quite sure what role palladium has to play. Industrial, investment. I don't think a lot of investment, but perhaps. But anyways, everything's up today. My opinion on tomorrow, you know, again, I think what we'll see is we'll see it about the same level, and we'll see a little move upwards, but not a huge move. But, you know, it really surprises me when it does make big moves. So that could happen as well, but I don't really see it dropping below 1950 tomorrow. And if it does, it won't stay there long. And as far as silver, I don't see silver dropping much below 2750, and if it does, it won't stay there for long. And we'll see this current 2820 price surpassed in our near-term future here. And again, who knows? There's all kinds of crazy things that could happen to cause these markets to go up and down. This is just my opinion. Take it for what it is. Let's move along to, oh, I'm learning about Marxism a little bit more just because I don't want to go there. Oh, the CDC, as far as the COVID virus goes, and I don't like to go into the politics, my opinion on COVID in these reports, because everybody has a different opinion, and, you know, who knows who's right on this. However, what we are discovering, which is probably good, not good for the people that are dying, but good for most of us, is that 94% of the COVID-19 deaths had underlying medical conditions, which means different comorbidities. You can pull this up. It's on MSM, which is a you know, Bill Gates owned you know, Microsoft network. So it's probably I don't know how much of it's true, but you know, it's probably got a lot of truth in here. And as they're saying, most of the people dying from COVID are people that have high comorbidities and elderly. So what this means is that they probably should lighten up on the restrictions, travel, and all this other stuff, and kind of say to people, listen, if you've got comorbidities and you're elderly, you need to kind of lock yourself down. For the rest of the world, go out there and spend some money. Go out there and open your businesses. Go out there and live normally, because chances are you're not going to die from this. You may get sick, but you're not going to die. Let's work on the herd immunity thing. That's just my opinion. I'm going to move along from there. That's a whole different thing. Peter Schiff wrote this here earlier on the Fed moving inflation goalposts. I think they were talking about 1% inflation and 2% inflation. You know what? The Fed is in a position where they print fiat currency. They make fiat currency. They have no choice just to kind of keep the, you know, it's like the captain of the Titanic. Keep the freaking thing afloat as long as you can. You know, that's really what the Fed has got to do. Keep this fiat system afloat as long as they can, and not try to screw too many people. But, you know, I don't know whose side they are. Are they on their side or our side? Chances are they're on their side. So that's why it's good to own gold and silver, in my opinion. I'm going to kind of scroll down to the bottom here where I thought I had highlighted something, but there it is right there. Now, of course, the public doesn't realize that inflation is a bill they are going to have to pay. Well, you know, if you're watching this report and you're a gold and silver owner, you probably knew that. So you're not just part of the general public. I think people that own gold or silver are smarter than the general public. Forgive me, I'm not trying to butter your toast, but I believe that. So that enables the politicians to continue to fool the public into thinking they're getting something for nothing, but we're not getting anything for nothing. In fact, all this extra inflation is going to damage the real economy. And what he's talking about is the Fed thinks they're going to inflate their way out of this, and it's not going to hurt you, me, or anybody else. But the truth is, they're screwing us all. And I'm sure they've already got their money put into something, like gold, like Warren Buffett. But anyways, let's not talk about that right now. I digress. The ultimate irony of this is that the Fed allowing money to lose value, allowing people saving and waging to lose purchasing power, is not good for the economy. It may be good for the stock market. Keep it. So what I'm more or less saying is that, and let me add something else. Someone told me, or asked me today, you know, they're talking about maybe $10,000 gold and silver at like $300 or $400 an ounce. Wouldn't that be great, Brian? And I said, yeah, it kind of would be great. Not really great. If you own gold or silver, it's going to be okay because you're going to maintain the value of your dollar. But is it really great if gold's at 10,000 and silver's at 200 or 300, and the price of a loaf of bread costs you like $50 and milk is like $100 and meat is actually more than that? Maybe not so much. Maybe this is all relative to each other. But again, we'll talk about that another time as well. So the bottom line is the Fed can't fight inflation. And I'm not going to go into the rest of it. You can read this on Zero Hedge, Peter Schiff on the Fed's move to inflation goalpost. No one seems to understand this is all BS. Again, just do a Google search, or as I prefer to do, what do? DuckDuckGo? I think that's my favorite search engine because I don't think they follow you as far as advertising goes. Anyways, let's move along to the Wall Street Journal, which on the market pages has absolutely, I didn't say it, I'm going to say effing nothing about gold or silver. Oh, they do have advertising for SPDRs, spiders. Anyways, U.S. stocks post biggest monthly gain, blah, blah, blah. Warren Buffett still has an eye for bargains. Oh, but not gold. They're not talking about gold. Do you notice there's not anything about gold or silver on this page at all? Silver just blowing our minds with, it's doubled almost since March or something like that. Man, how can you beat that? Not a word here, gold or silver. And again, I always check here just to kind of look at the Wall Street Journal to see if there's anything that might give us indications whether gold or silver might be higher, not whether they're reporting on gold and silver. But recently I have noticed not a word from these people on gold and silver. And what's the stock market doing? I don't know. I think that thing's just a zombie that's being fed lots of fresh meat, U.S. dollars cranked out by the printing presses and low interest money just to keep the economy afloat. But again, different story, different day. Let's move along here. Ooh, remember I talked about, and listen, if you want to watch more about this, I'm going to kind of have a little video in my YouTube videos about safes and stuff like that. So anyway, we talked about safes and stuff, and I wanted to just to tell you, well, we're actually going to do a little segment on safes in our YouTube videos if you check out our other YouTube videos. And I'm going to discuss my suggestion, a safe place to put your gold. While gold is a safe place to put your cash, you need a safe place to put your gold. So I'm going to discuss a video later. If you check out our other videos, you'll see it in there sometime soon about safes, a good place to put your gold. So check out those videos when you can. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins. Listen, I really appreciate you watching. And if you got any questions about precious metals, call us at 954-493-8811. And we can give you a time to come in. We'll show you everything you need. We'll educate you on what you need to know and give you all that information. If you are watching, and I really appreciate if you're watching from anywhere on Earth, or even if you're not on Earth, if you're watching, I only sell locally. I don't sell online. So if you live outside my immediate area, and there's a reason I only sell online, and I only advise buying from local people for a couple reasons. Other than keeping the money local, I think it's much safer. But if you live outside my area, don't hesitate to call me. I'm a national dealer. I've been in this business since I was a kid, a long time. I won't tell you how old I am. I'm a second generation dealer, and I can probably tell you in your area, whether you live in California, New York, Maine, Michigan, wherever, Texas, I can probably tell you the best place to go locally, and that's where you should spend your money. But anyways, if you're local, call me or come in anytime. We're here 10 to 4, Mondays through Fridays. Been here since 1995. Love to help you out with your precious metals purchases. Thanks for watching, and follow up with my daily report tomorrow. Let's see if it's up like I said it was. Again, have a great evening. Thanks.